Everyone, when I decided to actually share something on this learning marathon, I first decided on that. Then I was thinking, what topic should I choose? And then it suddenly struck me that I am actually one of the top 2 or 3 oldest people in the company. I think it's like number 2 maybe, or number 3, I don't know. So I thought it might be good to just share about life, since like I'm one of the people who have lived the longest on this earth compared to the others. I thought I can just pass some of the more important lessons that I've learned. So what I'm trying to share today is not theoretical techniques, like all these management techniques and all this, just some of the lessons that I have personally learned and just passing them on to you just to help you out. And just to also say that I have not achieved some of these goals, fulfillments, which I'm going to speak about. I'm also still work in progress, but together with y'all, I'm also trying to improve myself on these. And also these points, once I list it out, Julie will be reading out the Tamil translation, because for those who can understand it better in Tamil, I think that would be useful. Okay, so there's a change in the caption, actually, a small change. What is life? And the answer is life is. Life is, and then you have to fill in the blanks. So the first point I just want to say is life is short and uncertain. The brevity of life. Someone asked, I was just listening to someone speaking, a speaker preaching, and then he said someone had asked him, what is the most surprising matter in life? And he said, his reply was, how short life is. You are in your 20s thinking that you have all of life ahead of you. Then suddenly, before you realize it, you're in your 40s and then 50s, and now I am almost into my 60s. A psychologist has said that as we age, time seems to speed up more because adulthood is accompanied by fewer and fewer memorable events. How true that is. Then the uncertainty of life. We all know, especially after this pandemic, how uncertain life is. Every day is truly a gift from God. No one knows what tomorrow will bring. A great spiritual writer has said, you don't know what will happen tomorrow. Your life is like a mist. You can see it for a short time and then it goes away. So the first lesson is we need to live our lives with this in our minds. I think, Julie, the point you missed, short and uncertain.
Yeah, kurugiya and nichayamatrathu.
Okay, so short and uncertain. So second one is learning and teaching. Life is about learning and teaching.
Katral and karpittal.
Okay, learning and teaching. We need to be humble enough to learn and gracious enough to teach. When it comes to learning, sometimes we may need to learn at the lowest levels so that we can identify with those who are doing some of the more menial jobs and also to understand the problems they may be facing. I like to just share with from my personal life. My first job when I started, I was taken in as a management trainee. Actually, that post is a post where they train you to become a manager. So that, and for 1 year you have got to work, and so we just have to do everything in the office. I think apart from cleaning the toilets and sweeping, I've done everything in that office. That was called a management training. At the end of 1 year, you are confirmed and you are made an executive. Then also, when I was doing my studies, I was doing part-time jobs to earn. I was a security officer, and I also worked as a waiter in a fast food restaurant. And I am thankful for those experiences because it taught me 2 very important lessons. One is to be humble, and 2, to submit to authority. Also, when we are in positions of leadership, especially, we should not be hesitant to teach or train others, fearing loss of job to another person. And we should not feel threatened, even if we could lose our positions and jobs due to this. And learning and teaching are important, not only just in office atmosphere, it's important in many aspects of our lives. Third one is life is overcoming.
Samalittal.
Yeah. Overcoming tough situations, challenges, difficult times. Every one of us is going to go through times in life like this. Life is sometimes like surfing. I think you must be knowing what surfing is, that, in the sea, you go up with the waves, you come down. So it's like that, it's up and down. But someone has also said, life is sometimes not ups and downs, but like a parallel railway line. You get the good and the bad things happening at the same time. Anyway, in whatever ways these things happen, we need the spiritual and mental strength to overcome challenging situations. We see so many suicides today, people giving up and not having the strength to overcome problems. In life, we need to accept that there will be problems. And ultimately, we need God's strength and His grace to overcome these problems. Number 4, life is loving and forgiving.
அன்பை காட்டுகிறது மற்றும் மன்னிக்கிறது.
Loving God, loving others. Love is the center point of life. Everything revolves around love, loving our family, our friends, loving the poor and downtrodden. And as one great spiritual leader commanded us, to love even our enemies. A religious writer has said, dear friends, we should love each other because love comes from God. Everyone who loves has become God's child. And so everyone who loves knows God. Anyone who does not love does not know God, because God is love and he loves every one of us, his creation. We also need to forgive those who wrong us in any way, because God forgives us all our sins and mistakes, which we keep on making. Again, a great spiritual leader said, if you forgive others for the wrongs they do to you, then God will also forgive your wrongs. But if you don't forgive others, then God will not forgive the wrongs you do. Also, we must learn not to take offense. Taking offense means getting upset and hurt easily when people criticize or offend us. The wisest man who ever lived on earth said, if you refuse to be corrected, you're only hurting yourself. Listen to criticism and you will gain understanding. Number 5, life is sharing.
பகிர்தல்.
Sharing our resources, what we have been blessed with, whether they be spiritual, material, our time, finances, knowledge, experiences, etc., etc. So many things that we can share. One great spiritual leader has said, it is more blessed to give than to receive. Give to others and you will receive. You will be given much. It will be poured into your hands more than you can hold. You will be given so much that it will spill onto your lap. And again, the wisest man who lived on earth said, some people give freely and gain more. Others refuse to give and end up with less. So don't be stingy. You will most definitely lose in the long run. Okay, number 6, wisdom, not knowledge. Life is wisdom, not knowledge.
ஞானம் அறிவு அல்ல.
Yeah, knowledge is what is gathered over time through study. It can be said that wisdom in turn acts properly upon that knowledge. Wisdom is the fitting application of knowledge. Knowledge understands the signal light that has turned red. Wisdom applies the brakes. Knowledge sees danger, wisdom avoids it. Again, quoting the wisest man who lived on earth, he said, wisdom is worth much more than gold. Our work at our workplaces involves, in my opinion, about 30 to 40% on knowledge, skills, qualification, and all those things. But 60 to 70% is wisdom, learning how to apply it, and more importantly, the wisdom to work alongside others, encouraging them, supporting them, pushing them up, not pulling them down, not criticizing others, not being judgmental, learning to accept all those working with us, whatever faults they may have. I just like to quote another example that happened in my life. My first job as an accountant, when I did an accountancy job, we had about 7 or 8 accountants working under a finance manager. And he was a very nice man, elderly man. And his method of working was every day in the morning, he will go and sit in front of all his accountants, speak to us, ask about our personal lives, ask about the work problems, anything else, like that. He used to spend about half an hour, 1 hour with each person, and then get to know all the work, just find out if there are any issues. And, all of us were so happy with him. And the output also was, maximum from all of us. Then he happened to leave the company and we got this young finance manager. And he was a double qualified accountant, more than the previous person. But from the day that he came, it was utter hell because he took all the work away from the accountants. He just said that all the accountants are inefficient. They don't know their work. And he started doing all the work. So we were just, going to office, sitting there, coming back, getting our salaries, not doing any work. All were miserable. And, the whole accounts department fell apart because of that. So that just showed that it was not the knowledge, it was wisdom that was necessary. So we need wisdom, not knowledge, in all aspects of our lives. In the decisions we take, the choices we make, in everything in life, we need wisdom. Number 7, life is enjoying.
அனுபவிக்கிறது.
We need to enjoy everything in life, even the job we do, not to work only for money, but enjoy our work as well. One religious writer has said, in all the work you're given, do the best you can. Work as though you're working for God, not any earthly boss or company or for your salary only. Don't separate work and pleasure, because then your work will become monotonous and difficult. Enjoy work while you work and enjoy rest when you rest. Again, the wisest man who lived on earth has said, I have seen what is best for people to do on earth. They should eat, drink, and enjoy the work they have during their short time here. God has given them these few days, and that is all they have. He also said, however many years you may live, let them enjoy them all, but let them remember the days of darkness, for there will be many. A great spiritual leader said, God wants to give us abundant, plentiful, full life. So we need to enjoy life while we have it. Again, I want to quote the wisest man who lived. Again, he said, don't say life was better in the good old days. What happened to those days? We keep on talking about the good old days. What happened? Don't think of the past. It is gone. And again, a great spiritual leader said, don't worry about tomorrow. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Tomorrow will have its own worries. So just enjoy today. Remember, there is no pause, rewind, and forward button in life. Only play and stop. Okay, number 8. Life is gratitude, contentment.
நன்றி மற்றும் மனநிறைவு.
Always have an attitude of gratitude to God for all that He has blessed you with, and also to others who have helped you in the smallest of ways. Another quote from a great spiritual leader. So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you. We always appreciate when people thank us for any good deed we do to them. So we need to do the same. Never forget the good people have done to you any time in your life. And if you maybe have lost touch with those people, then the best way to show your gratitude to those people would be to pass it on to others. Also, learn to be content with what you have. A spiritual teacher has said, I have learned to be satisfied with what I have and with whatever happens. I know how to live when I'm poor and when I have plenty. I have learned the secret of how to live through any kind of situation, when I have enough to eat or when I am hungry, when I have everything I need or when I have nothing. We need to learn to live in contentment, whatever be our circumstances. Number 9, life is faith and hope.
விசுவாசம் மற்றும் நம்பிக்கை.
Yeah. Next to love, these two are the most important things we need in life. What is faith? Faith is defined as confidence or trust in a person or thing or a belief, not based on proof. For example, when we get into a plane, we have faith in the pilot to take us safely to our destination. So we are trusting in him. And also we are trusting that the plane is in good condition. Similarly, an example regarding beliefs. We believe that all these new vaccines will protect us from COVID, but we have no proof. But still we take the vaccine in faith. So in life, who or what do we have to have faith in? We cannot put our complete faith in our family, our friends, our property, our bank balance, our qualifications, insurance policies, anything else. All these are good and useful and we need them in life, but these are not permanent. At some point in time, they will disappear or not be sufficient to meet our particular need. Finally, we will need to put our complete faith only in God, our Creator. Only He is permanent and will be with us till the end of life and beyond this life. What is hope? Hope is defined as an optimistic attitude of mind based on an expectation or desire. For example, if you tell your 10-year-old child, tomorrow I will take you to the beach, you can play in the water and the sand, I will give you a big ice cream, and we will go to KFC after that. Just imagine how the child will be waiting in expectation from today till tomorrow comes. That is hope. This is the hope that we need to have for the future. And this hope can only come when we have faith in God. So faith and hope in God are two of the most important ingredients of our life on earth. I like to just give 4 quotes here, 2 for faith and 2 about hope. There's one quote, faith does not eliminate our questions, but it knows to whom to take these questions to. Another one, never be afraid to entrust an unknown future to a known God. Third one is about hope. Darkness comes. In the middle of it, the future looks blank. The temptation to quit is huge. Don't. You are in good company. You will argue with yourself that there is no way forward. But with God, nothing is impossible. He has more ropes and ladders and tunnels out of pits than you can ever conceive. Wait and pray without ceasing and hope. And fourthly, another one about hope. We must accept limited disappointment, but never lose unlimited hope. And the last one, life is about seeking. Seeking means looking for, pursuing, going after, striving or struggling after.
தேடுவது, தொடர்கிறது, பாடுபடுகிறது, போராடுகிறது.
Yeah. So we cannot just sit back and expect things to come to us. We need to seek. Whatever it is we need, whether it be spiritual, material, financial, or even with regard to our work, career, we need to make an effort. We know even with regard to our career development, we can only succeed if we make an effort to pursue improving our knowledge and training in our specific field of expertise. Let's take another important part of our lives, spiritual seeking. We cannot just accept that because our parents are Muslims, Christians, or Hindus, or any other religion, that we must blindly follow that religion. We need to individually, personally seek God, our creator, and find out who he is, so that we could have a personal relationship with him and try to find out answers to the main questions of life, such as, for what purposes are we here on this earth? Where do we go after life here is over? Are we going to be judged about how we lived our lives on this earth? Why is there so much evil in this world? And how do we overcome sin and evil? Again, as a great spiritual leader said, if you seek God, you will find him. If you seek him with all your heart and with all your soul. In closing, I'd like to remind ourselves of the saying, we are all actually spiritual beings having a human experience in this life, and not physical beings having a spiritual experience in this life. That is so important because we need to keep reminding ourselves of this fact while we live on this earth, as that will help us to have the correct perspective on all aspects of life. I like to read a passage from history's best-selling book, which basically sums up the attitude each of us should have to life. So we will never give up. Our physical body is becoming older and weaker, but our spirit inside us is made new every day. We have small troubles for a while now, but these troubles are helping us gain an eternal glory. That eternal glory is much greater than our present troubles. So we think about what we cannot see, not what we see. What we see lasts only a short time, and what we cannot see will last forever.
ஆனபடியினாலே நாங்கள் சோர்ந்து போகிறதில்லை. எங்கள் புறம்பான மனுஷனானது அழிந்தும் உள்ளான மனுஷனானது நாளுக்கு நாள் புதிதாகப்படுகிறது. மேலும் காணப்படுகிறவைகளை அல்ல, காணப்படாதவைகளை நோக்கி இருக்கிற நமக்கு அதிசீக்கிரத்தில் நீங்கும் லேசான நம்முடைய உபத்திரவம் மிகவும் அதிகமான நித்திய கனமகிமையை உண்டாக்குகிறது. ஏனெனில் காணப்படுகிறவைகள் அந்நித்தியமானவைகள், காணப்படவைகளோ நித்தியமானவைகள்.
Okay, friends, so I hope that these, what I consider the most important traits of life, would be useful for you to ponder on, and it would help you to improve your life at whatever stage of life you are in, and make your life count for eternity, which is actually the main purpose of our lives here on this earth. Thank you. God bless you all.